Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Kyotoka. I'm Ryusei. Today I introduce how to make pork chashu. And this is kanji of chashu. Actually, it takes a time to make chashu. However, the process is very simple. And it is an essential ingredient in ramen. I hope you enjoy delicious and rich chashu at your home. Yes, let's make it. This is 800 grams of pork belly, which is grown in Nagasaki Prefecture. The brand name is Unzen pork. Unzen pork is juicy and rich taste. At first, I remove the excess fat. This work makes the taste of pork more delicious and sophisticated. The excess fat prevents the sauce from penetrating into the pork, so I get rid of it carefully. Okay. Then I cut the pork horizontally to flatten it. It helps to roll the pork easily. Good. I do the same to the opposite side. Nice. Then I poke the holes all over the pork with an iron skewer to soak the flavor well. You can do it with a fork as well. Next, I roll the pork. Roll the pork from the fresh side, not this side, this side. It is very important to roll it tightly to keep the beautiful round shape. After that, I'll grill it, so I put the leaner part on the inside and the fattier part on the outside. Great. Then I'll tie the pork with a string. First, I place a string below the pork and left side. And make a double knot. It is important to tie the string tightly every time. Good. Then I make a circle. Like this. I hold the knot with the right thumb and enter the pork into the circle. The position of the string is important. Then put it tightly. Good. I repeat this work. Make a circle, enter the pork into it, and arrange the position of the string. I try to make the knots at equal intervals. Then I put it tightly. Beautiful. At last, I tie the pork vertically as well. And make a cross. This method is very careful to keep the shape of the pork, and it is not complex. Finally, tie it tightly. And cut it. Perfect. I prepared pork. I add the pork to the ample water and heat it over high heat until it boils. The purpose of this process is to remove the unpleasant smell and the excess fat of the pork. Turn it over and boil it for 2 minutes. I turn off the heat and add the water. Wash the pork well. Good. Next step, I boil the pork with these vegetables: onion, ginger, garlic, and green onion. Last, pork. These vegetables skim off the smell and add the amazing flavor. I turn off the heat and cook the pork becomes tender. Once it starts to boil, I remove the foam carefully. Nice. Then I cover it with a lid and cook it for 2 hours. I don't recommend to use a wooden lid because the smell sticks to it. And if the water reduces, please add the water again. And heat it. 2 hours later, I check it with an iron score. It goes through easily. Good. Turn off the heat and let it cool. Please give a moment. My goal is to reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. You can know a lot of Japanese food recipes and culture. If you like the video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you. Next day, the fat floats to the surface. I remove it carefully. In my opinion, too much fat prevents the seasonings from soaking to the pork. But if you like the fat flavor, please skip this process or remove a little bit. Good. I get rid of the pork and take 200 grams of this stock. This stock has a balanced flavor of the pork and vegetables. Nice. Let's simmer it. At first, I add sake and mirin to the pot and heat it. Once the sauce boils, turn down the heat and heat it for about 2 minutes to remove the alcohol. Today I use 2 types of sugar, beet sugar and black sugar. I add them to the sauce. Stir it to melt the sugar. Beet sugar adds pure sweetness and black sugar gives rich and complex sweetness. Then I add the water and the stock which I boiled the pork. 6 soy sauce koikuchi, Tamari shoyu, finally pork. I cover it with a wet clean cloth to soak the pork in the sauce well. Nice, and simmer it for 1 hour. Sometimes I pour the sauce over it. 1 hour later, I turn off the heat and keep it in the fridge overnight. Next day, chashu absorbs the flavor well. I remove it and take 100 grams of the sauce. Good. I turn on the heat, then place chashu on the pan. It has a lot of fat, so I don't need to put the oil in advance. Brown all pieces of chashu. Chashu burns so easily, so I roll it frequently. Grilling adds nice roasted and smoky flavor. Looks so delicious. Turn off the heat and let the pan cool for 1 moment. Then I add the sauce. If the pan is very hot, the pork burns and the sauce evaporates so quickly. I pour the sauce over chashu again and again. Reduce the sauce until it becomes rich and sticky. Once the sauce reduces, turn down the heat and coat the chashu with this rich sauce. Perfect. It is difficult to cut chashu while it's hot, so I let it cool. I cut the strings with scissors. Good. And slice it. I recommend to use a side of it for making egg fried rice. It is not easy to cut it into same widths, so I concentrate on cutting it. Good. Beautiful. I grill them on the pan. We don't need the oil as well. I brown both sides. Grilling them brings out the sweetness from the fat and makes the texture juicy and tender. Good. Let's arrange them on the plate. Nice. Finally, I pour the sauce. I made this sauce from the sauce. Just reduce it until it became rich and sticky. Beautiful. Finally, I put Japanese karashi mustard. Pork chashu is done. This is the most simple way to eat chashu. I recommend to put karashi mustard. It goes perfect with chashu and refreshes our mouth. And it's also good to eat it with shredded cabbage. I recommend to eat it with fresh and crunchy vegetables. It is so delicious. Next, I'll introduce how to make ramen instantly. I use this stock for making soup. I put 2 pinches of salt to 500 grams of the stock, 6 soy sauce, koikuchi, and saishikomi shoyu. I taste it. A little bit salty taste is good for ramen soup. Okay, soup is done. I boil the noodles. Please boil the noodles according to the instruction. I arrange them quickly and pour the soup. Good. Notice the weed, chashu, and chopped green onion. Ramen is done. I hope you will enjoy pork chashu. Thank you. Did you enjoy? Today I introduced how to make pork chashu. We can preserve it for 5 days in the fridge. And I hope you will enjoy delicious chashu in your favorite way. And near future, I'll introduce how to make Japanese fried rice churhan. Thank you for watching to the end. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Have a nice day. See you later.